Alright, we need to go back to the train car to make some notes and figure out what the fuck is everybody's deal here. Oliver, wait. We can worry about the fun later, bud. No, we have company. Ah. Alright. Let me just get you started with some of the classics. Are we actually having a conversation, or... Hi. I'm afraid we were not properly introduced. My name is Engelbert Picklebender, and my breather friend there is Oliver. Breather, is that some sort of street gang? No, breather as in he is... Nice to meet you, Mr. Picklebender. My name is Pendleton well, Pendleton will do. Pendleton, my good man. There seems to be a drop of chaos in the air. Can you tell me what is going on? Well, you see, the engine expired on us in what seems to be an eternity ago. And we are all a bit anxious, hoping to get moving along again soon. Now, you say you're all looking to get going again soon after a good night's sleep, so you're all doing well? Yes, that's correct. Feeling good? I've never felt better, just eager to get to our destinations. Oh dear. What is he writing down? You are doing just fine. So, where is your destination? As far west as possible. I was heading out west to, well, actually it would serve me well not to specify. Somewhere quiet and secluded for a change. Somewhere I can really breathe, where no one can find me. Why do you wish to be unlocatable? Well, it's not that I mean not in a paranoid manner, rather a figure of speech. Anyway, I'm afraid if we can't get this antiquated engine room again, it won't matter anyway. Is that your family with you? Ew, no. I have no family. They are my unfortunate luck and my cabin mates Gertrude and Finley. Can you tell me a little bit more about Pendleton? I am Pendleton. Right, sorry, a lot of new names tonight. No, apparently not. What are your thoughts on Finley? He's a fop. Finley all but happened in his, which isn't he's preoccupied trying to distract from the fact that he is just a street urchin. And he will always be a street urchin. So you guys are close. Cute. Look, Finley is a bit of a ginger snap, and sure, I felt envy over his situation, especially considering how much beg your pardon. Finley is emotionally adolescent and unsuited for his status, but he is chicken-hearted. Too chicken-hearted to admit he stole my fountain pen. Okay. You said it was Gertrude, correct? Indeed. Yikes. What is it? No, nothing. There's just... That's a rough card to be dealt. That name. So, what can you tell me about Gertrude? That old church bell. She's manipulative, prickly, and relentlessly animus. Should I have any reason to doubt the things she says? She's secretive. I'll leave it there. Alright. Good information. Good information. So far, so good. Keep the notebook handy. I can barely see what I'm writing in here. It's too dark. Oh no, we are not doing that. We are not doing the I only work in ideal conditions thing. Hate staying on task. Alright, we need Oliver here because we need to hook these up here. Took all of its money because he just got jumped. Ready? Set? Terrible. Okay. No, I don't want to take the jumpers back. What do I do to actually get the lights on? Because of the jumper cables. What else do I do here is the question. I don't know what I attach it to. Alright. We need Engelbert to go talk to this nice lady. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Engelbert Picklebender, and my breather there is Oliver. Yes, well, the pleasure is yours. My name is Gertrude Harrington Smith. You may address me as Gertrude. Gertrude, could you tell me exactly what is going on here? That's something I would enjoy knowing myself. Perhaps we can start with why you are all remaining on this train? We're quite clearly remaining on this ghastly train because we have each paid for passage to a destination that we have not reached yet. For how long have you been waiting? I'm not sure. Too long, that I assure you. So a while? So where were you heading before the bomber? To Sonoma Valley, Mr. Picklebear. I received word from my sister that this dreadful phylloxera pest had finally been cleared from the grape leaves. Besides, I always followed the favorable weather. Would you mind if I ask, who are you traveling with? You'd forget yourself, Mr. Picklebringer. I'm traveling on my own, if you must know. I prefer the freedom to socialize with anyone, especially gentlemen in power. So you do not know the other passengers? If you're referring to Pendleton and Finley, not really, no. Though by now they have become rather unwelcome acquaintances. Care to share anything with me regarding Pendleton? He's quite a nervous man. Something about him is very makeshift. Makeshift? How? I don't know. Pendleton's always prepared for mobility, I suppose. Always streaked. I believe he is dealing with some serious torment at home. I'm never going to remember these voices. Is there anything I should know about Finley? Finley is a child who inherited a man's body and a blank check. Or at least the latter and some upper lip fuzz. Anyway, he's rambunctious, usually in a pucker and constantly eyeballing others' valuables. Why would someone of his wealth be interested in the valuables of another? For the thrill of the hunt, I presume. For instance, I doubt the little weasel wanted my brooch, but I'm quite sure he stole it. Okay. Oliver? We need to give her the brooch back, I guess. So we've got the brooch, we just need to figure out how to give it to her. Oh, hello. Engelbert, I need you to float on over here. He looks fiery, like if you upsetted me, he would enter into an Irish boxing pose off of YouTube. Put him up! Put him up! Say, would either of you like to play some chess, have some shines with me? Oh, I must decline, but thank you. What did you decline and why? He asked me if we wanted to play chess with him. Maybe I want to. Would you like to play chess, Oliver? I don't know. Is there chocolate in them? No. Not a bad question. Wait, in the chess pieces, I actually got chocolate right here that I kind of want now. What? It's a fancy game. There should be. I'd get white chocolate for my pieces. Think of the stakes of losing your queen gets 8. Holy shit, that's actually amazing. chocolate chess set, and you can only play it once because you eat the pieces. I kind of want... I'm going to have to look this up later. I really want a chocolate chess set. You can only play it once. Well, I appreciate your efforts to bring chess to the children. Can we please continue? Man, imagine peanut butter in the chocolate in the chess pieces. Then I'd want to maybe play chess. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Engelbert Picklebender, and my breather there is Oliver. Hi, Mr. Picklebender. My name's Finley. Finley Rhea. Finley, could you tell me exactly what's going on here? Well, this here train came to a very sudden stop a while ago, and everyone is just waiting for a fix so we can be on our way again. Everyone is in yourself and myself and those two blowhards, Gertrude and Pendleton. We were all in the same car when the train came to a sudden halt. We seem to be on our own if we want to get this thing at full chisel again. You have any ideas on how to get the train up and running again? Sure don't, but Pendleton has been working on a plan. Can't handle his anxious energy anymore, so you'll have to speak with him directly. So, Finley, where were you headed before the trouble? Well, I am headed for San Francisco. Really? That's a nice area. I spent some time in Sacramento. Well, I'm not looking for any golden dust particles. It's all dried up. Plus, I got plenty of gold notes already. So why San Francisco? Because I got honeyfuggled real bad out east. Guess I'm hoping to land myself around some other young folk who are new to having money. Fair enough. You help me out with any information about who you were with? That's easy. I ain't with nobody. I know what you mean. They're Gertrude and Pendleton. Not so much the observant type, but I'll put it to you like this. Gertrude has a dead husband and a lot of money. Pendleton has a lot on his mind. Okay. Anything interesting about Pendleton that I should know? Nah, he's a little mysterious, but his life ain't my funeral. Surely you can give me something to go on? Look, I grew up on the streets, and I can tell you this. Traveling man with his amount of desperation, I'd bet he couldn't push the pony, so he took off. Okay. Yeah, I think that's the case. He has some debts that he's running from. Gertrude. Who is the woman behind the name? There's no woman, it's just 6 honey badgers and a raincoat. You know, a wrathy little hen who feeds off of others like a gal a nipper in lipstick. So is she a badger, a mosquito, or a hen? Exactly. Plus, she spent the first half of the trip completely cornered. Anyway, I got dibs on showing her the door when we get to our stop. Huh. Let's go back to Pendleton and talk to him. Looks like the embodiment of the intrepid traveling man, I observed perspicaciously to myself. Wait for Oliver to catch up. We've got 2 screwdrivers. Not sure what we need them for. talk to Engelbert about this. Quick cuddle. I just want to check in and see if our approach with the notebook is working so far. It is. We can likely get a little more out of the questions you already have, though. How so? Well, we can cross-reference a name on another question. For instance, we asked Pendleton why he was here. Get more out of him by asking why he thinks Gertrude is here. Gotcha. I can signal to you by tapping a name with my pencil and then tapping the question I want you to use with that name. Okay. Does Gertrude perhaps share the same destination as you do, or we are not together, if that's what you're asking? Okay, that's interesting. All right. Some more chocolate while we float all the way to the other side of this map. Pendleton said something about leaving in the morning? Yes, well, we have been preparing to depart in the morning for quite some time now. And comparatively, how likely does tomorrow look? Perhaps marginally better now that you two mudsills are here. Very little additional information that we're getting out of this. Hey Winifred, I love you. I love you, little girl. Oh, she's stretching. Do you happen to know your cab mates' destinations? Well, we're all going to California. Gertrude is going to Napa Valley or some wine factory like that. But Pendleton, he's such a bungler, kept saying "your" before remembering he didn't want to tell. Well, he wouldn't have to tell being he was the last stop. So I got curious and looked at the map, and figured it was somewhere in Northern California sounding like your. It could only be your place. And that is? I don't remember now. Great. But when I found it, it was like Eureka! What? Wait. What? Did you just do a joke? I ain't so sure now. Did he? Unclear. Oh. Okay, that completes the first round of questioning. Let's chat about it before we ask them anything new. Okay. What's the score? What's next? There's too much on the menu, so I don't know where to start. Let's break it down. 3 spirits here were passengers aboard the train, heading further west. They do not seem concerned with what did happen, rather than with what will happen. Oliver, I do not believe these ghosts know that they are dead. What? I have heard tales of such phenomenon, but I did not actually think it could be possible. Look, I'm a big fan of denial, I really am, but that would be a lot to ignore. Well, I am picking it up from all 3 of them. Let us allow this to unravel some more, and then revisit it. Pendleton Furt. I am not sure, something about him is kind of suspicious. Sounds suspicious. I believe Pendleton is acting inauthentically. However, I do not have a base to go off of. Not sure which is the authentic half? Indeed. Regardless, he seems to be championing the idea of getting this train to run again. And I'm getting the idea that he has taken responsibility for his cabin mates. And he is giving off the vibe that he thinks he's alive? That is just the thing. Yes, he is. However, he said one thing that, well, perhaps I am overthinking it. I thought you were going to bite. You tease. What is strange is that while Pendleton consistently gave me the impression that he thinks he is alive, at one point he did refer to the locomotive as antiquated. So if he believes he's alive, then it's like 100 years ago and that train engine was all the rage. Precisely. So I say, we attempt to uncover the root of Pendleton's anxiety, and then his motivations should come with it. Gertrude is what I like to call the worst. She is a socialite who follows all the figure snapper protocols, judgmental, entitled, and elevated above all else. Oh, and of course, highly gossipy. Does she seem concerned with the train moving again? Somewhat, yes. Also, does she think she's still alive? Sorry. I believe she is rarely concerned with circumstance, so long as she has a perch to cackle down from. But yes to both. She possesses the same off-putting denial as the rest, while only expressing interest in reaching her final destination. Very spooky. This is all good stuff, probably. I'd be curious to hear her recollection of what was going on the last time that train was moving. Indeed, she does seem the most eager to spill the proverbial beans. Well, I don't need her to pretend to spill imaginary beans, but same page otherwise. I'm excited to watch you partake in some active listening. Finley is a slight exception, who is not born into his money, so he's trying to act like a finger snapper, without having the heart of one. He's a little rough around the edges, however he has perhaps more in common with us than with them. Does Finley think he's still alive? I would say yes. Earlier I believed him to be sincere in thinking that we were the turn-down service, returning from a break. I know time is more of a loose idea for you guys, but is there any way to gauge how long they think they've been here waiting? Good point. I'll try to uncover more in regards to time. While we do struggle existing outside of the rhythm of time, I would notice the difference between a decade and a century. I think. Did anything about his background or destination help paint a picture? Oh! He was heading to San Francisco, close to where I used to live. You know, he's the only one who just vaguely made mention of when the train stopped working. Now let us try to get them to account for the last time the train was working, and what happened next. Do you think my outfit suits me? Honestly, it is a delightful ensemble, and I particularly like the way you've made a style out of securing your waistline. Thank you, Oliver.